Hi, welcome back for the tutorial for Fusion 360. Today we're just going to go over some different tools and different things that you can do within Inventor. All right, not Inventor. Inventor is the old program we used to use. This is now called Fusion 360. If you know how to use Inventor, you can still use it if you would like, but we are not going to cover it in this class. To start, let's talk about creating items and looking around the world around you and deciding what you're going to do to build something. All right. So, for example, there are two different ways to create something, and you may have already heard of these before. You have additive and you have subtractive. Additive would be, for example, if I want to create a sketch, I would go up here, create sketch. And then based off of this, and you can see the way this is organized, I'm actually going to rotate my view cube. So the front is there. Okay, so there's the origin, and then this direction is the Z. You can see the Z pointing here. You can see the X pointing here. You see the Y pointing there. So this would be my XY axis. So I'm going to select that there. So now when I'm sketching, I am sketching on the X, which is this red line, and Y, which is the green line. Notice how they represent the same as shown over here. So if I want to create an object, and I want the object to look like, let's not do that. So if you get to a point where you're not wanting to do something, you can always right-click and then cancel, or right-click delete. So I'm going to use my lines tool instead. So additive would be if I need an object to look like this. And then I'm going to use what's called the extrude tool. So I'm going to go up here and finish my sketch. And then I can extrude it. And then based off of how much I want that to extrude, I can create that object. And then, so let's say it's that. So enter. This would be additive manufacturing. All right, I took something and then made nothing, or took nothing and then made something. All right. So if we go back and I wanted to redo this object but use subtractive, okay, I would instead create my box like so, finish the sketch, extrude it, extrude it, enter, and then I would do a new sketch on one of the surface like so. I would draw my rectangle. Okay, finish sketch. And then I would do what's called an extrude as well. And instead of going that way, I would go one side, but I'm going to go the opposite direction. And operation, cut. So I would do cut operation. And then I am left with the same exact object that I had earlier, but I had to do subtractive manufacturing in order to do that. Obviously, one way is easier, but depending on what type of object you are making, you can make an object easier to make or more difficult to make. So that is up to you. Just try and think about objects around the world, or when you're just walking outside or whatever. How would you build that? Would it be better to do it additive, or would it be better to start with something and then kind of chisel away at it? All right, so those are the differences between additive and subtractive, and it's important that you know those. All right, that finishes this tutorial. I'm going to give you a chance to kind of do that and then practice doing it, and then we'll come back for another video. Okay.